I'm so happy to be here today with my friend Job Lomer, that you know, because we came at the university together the same year. We were at the English department, and we spent 5 years together here at the English department. And I'm so happy that since this morning, I've been touring the university and he's seeing me off everywhere. So I would like to thank him, Mr. Job, who was a brilliant student here at the university, but when we left, he decided to stay and have his own business. And I often say to people that Job Lomer used to be a very good student at the university, but he chose, because life is, living is choosing, and he has chosen to have his own business at the university. I would like to tell you that I spent 5 years here at the English department. With my group, we were around 50 people, 50 students. It was in 1992. It was the third generation when we were sent here at the University of St. Louis. I was in the accommodation E, room 14. That's where I spent 5 years. 5 years because unfortunately we were on strike and we lost 1 year, all of us. All the university, we lost 1 year. It was in 1994. So today I'm happy because when Jara called me, because I met Jara when I was touring for my campaign. At that time I was getting ready for the union elections in Senegal, and I was in the north touring for a meeting that I had with my fellow teachers in order to vote for us, for our union. And I was living in Sannar Wolof. And that's where I met Jara. We were in the same building. She was renting a room there with her friends. And we used to sit and talk because Jara likes exchanging. And I met her. I said, well, look at this slim girl, very young. What is she doing here? And she said, I'm at the English department. And we started talking, and that's where everything started. And since then, sometimes I know that I'm a busy guy. Sometimes I can stay a long time without talking with her. But sometimes she sends me messages, she texts me, or sometimes. And when she called me, proposing that if I had the availability to come and join one of your activities at this time, I promised her that I'll do my best, because I'm a very busy guy, but I'll do my best. You guys, I have to tell you that I've stopped speaking English for 9 years now. Yeah, because I taught many years, but I stopped teaching in 2016. So since 2016, I have no contact with English. I'm really sorry that I'm losing my English. I've stopped teaching English for at least 8 years now. But English is a nice language, so you cannot lose it if you love it. And I am very happy to have chosen English as my subject at the university. I know that when I was at high school, I was good at, in English, because I had 18 in writing at the baccalaureate exam. At A-level, that we call A-level or bac exam, I had 18 in writing and 18 in speaking, in oral exam. So that's why I was sent here, because at that time, and I know that it's always the same, that people who were sent at the university, all the subjects, you had to be good in high school to be sent here. This is one of the most important criteria to be sent here at the University of Gaston Berger. And when I was here, we were a group of 50 people, a small group. We knew our teachers, and our teachers knew all of us. We had some of them who were white people. I don't know that, I'm not sure you have the same chance, because we had in Job, if I'm mistaken, you can correct me. But if my memory serves me right, we had Mrs. Legal, who was our comprehension teacher. And I remember the first day when we had Mrs. Legal with her English accent. When she started doing the lesson, we finished and we went to see the head of the department. And we told him, to change Mrs. Legal because we didn't understand any word of what he was saying. It was very fast, and the listening was very fast also, and we were afraid to miss our exam. And I remember the head of the department told us to keep working and to get used to her way of teaching, and by making efforts you can get used to her way of teaching. And he was right, because some months later or some weeks later, it was no longer difficult at all to understand what she was saying. She was a wonderful teacher. She had a very good accent. She was English, and we had also other English teachers who learned English here in Senegal, but who traveled to go to UK, and they came back here and hired by the University of Gaston Berger, and we had wonderful teachers. Some of them, unfortunately, have passed away. I don't know if you know about Hilaire Bouka. You heard about him? I don't know if they told you about Hilaire Bouka, who was a wonderful teacher. I remember when we were having my best subject, because my best subject was translation, theme and version. That was my best subject. I don't know about you. I don't know if that's your best subject. But my best subject, why? He's laughing. Why? Because I was not regular in class. I was always involved in activities at the university. I don't like to learn my lessons, but in translation, you don't need to learn lessons. So that's why I loved translation. Because I used to have better marks in translation. But Hilaire Bouka was a brilliant teacher. You can confirm, Mr. Joe. Yeah. And I remember when we were having our classes, and that we had a text that we prepared before, and then when we come in class, we give our translation for each sentence, but when we finish, he says, "This is my translation." I said, "But translation, he didn't know what translation. Why does he say, 'This is my translation'? He is like a policeman. 'This is my translation.'" I don't like that. But he was a brilliant teacher, Mr. Hilaire Bouka. And I know that you guys, you have a lot of brilliant teachers here. And I advise you to love English. Everything I have, it's thanks to English, and I want to check it. Everything I have in my life is thanks to English. I have traveled everywhere. I have been to the United States. In my resume, as I told you, it's not. I haven't updated my resume, but I've been to the States 3 times thanks to English. I have been to the UK. I don't know how many times, because that's why they have given me. I don't know how many times. I have been to Leeds. I have been to Plymouth. It is set in the resume. I have been to Manchester. I have been to London several times. And thanks to English. And I've joined because I remember my best experience when there was a workshop that was taking place in Sally, and it is said in the resume. The workshop should be presented by a specialist from London. Unfortunately, he missed his flight, and then he couldn't come. And they called me, the advisor of in English of the Ministry of Education, called me and 2 other of my colleagues to present in the workshop. That was my first hot experience. I was on the hot chair. But fortunately for me, it was a big success. And from there on, they told me that now you are in the team of managers. And the following year, they sent me to St. Mark's and John. St. Mark's and John's is a big language school which is in Plymouth. Yes. And I was sent there in order to receive a training. And from that training, when I came back, I really knew the importance of English, and I knew all the small ideas that I have in teaching. And it changed my life as a teacher. And as I told you, English has changed my life, because people used to say, "Why do you learn only English?" Because when you learn only English, It's like when you finish, if you are not a teacher, you don't have another job. It's not true. It's not true. I can do. I can do. Because English is not like the other languages. It's not the same. I remember my experience as a teacher. I remember I was in Limamola High School. I had a very brilliant student. And then I told her, how did you, her name was, may I advise you to go and do interpretation. And she started doing interpretation in a school. And suddenly she heard about a job call that happened in Emirates, which is an air company. And then when she went there, she didn't have any qualification. She didn't have any experience. But because she had a good English, they decided to take her. And today, she's working with Emirates. She has a very big salary thanks to English. So, like for me, English is not like the other languages. It's not a language as such. It's a big language. It's the most influential language in the world. It's the international language. So I advise you to keep working, and you have a lot of opportunities ahead if you master the language, if you have all your degrees, I'm quite sure that you can succeed in life because today English is the key that can open any door. So I'd advise you to keep working in English and to believe in your faith because in life, if you believe in yourself, you can make it. If you believe in yourself, you can make it. So believe in yourself, keep working, and I'm sure you can make it. And I have seen on the board that you say money brings happiness. I know that you have already talked about this. You have debated on this topic. I don't think that I will have time to tell you everything, all that I think about this topic. But me, I don't share this assertion because for me, English can make a person happy. Yes, that's true. But it's not English only that can make you happy. In life, you can be happy without. You can be penniless. I mean, you can be penniless and be happy. So, for me, what is happiness is first to believe in yourself. When you believe in yourself and you work to make progress, whatever what you have to believe in yourself. And so I often say that in the world, you have to live your life and to believe that you are here in the world to change the life of to change your life and to change the life of your people, meaning people surrounding you. That's why I don't believe that if you have money, you are happy. Because I know a lot of people who have a lot of money, who are wealthy, who are well off, but they are so sad. They are so sad and they are not happy in life. That's why if you go in many countries in Europe now today, you can see people who are very sad, but who have a bank account which is full. You can have your bank account which is full, but you are not happy. So being happy, it doesn't mean only having a lot of money. So that's why I often quote John Paul II in his very famous quotation when he says that I prefer to spend life. Uh, Life is not only enjoyment. I prefer to live, to be than to have. So life is not only having. It's not because, as we say today, we are in a society that values money. If you have money, you have a value in society, and if you don't have money, you are not valued. We are in a society where when you have, people respect you. When you don't have, people don't respect you. And this is something that we have to change. We have to believe in ourselves, to believe in values, especially we Africans, we Senegalese people, because we have our ancestors, our forebears that believe in some values. And today, unfortunately, with the materialistic society that we're going through, we are losing all those values. And I think that we have to trust your generation because you are very young and you understand how the world is working. You understand all the challenges that you have to meet. So I think that you are are the generation that can change the situation and change the mindset. And please clap your hands if you are ready. I'm really happy, and I have to thank. I have to thank you, chairman. I have to thank you, chairman, because when I hear you speaking, because as I told you, me and Jogoman stayed here after, but me I taught many years. But I stopped teaching 8 years now. But that's why I've lost my English. I'm really sorry because I don't know. Not that I've lost my English. Joe knows me very well. He knows that he knows that I was more fluent when I was here at the university. But now I've lost my English. And we had a wonderful generation. We had a wonderful generation. And we had a wonderful generation of teachers as well. And to tell you that I was happy. And when I came here over some years ago, as I told you, I met Diana, and since that day I had the longing to come and have this contact with you, with the English club, because me, my life, I have learned English with the English club, and you can confirm, Mr. Joe, because we were in the same high school in Boga before we came together here in 2092. We were in the same high school, Boga Marisal High School, and there I was the chairman of the English club. You remember? I was the chairman of the English club. Me, I love English. Me, I have always loved English. Me, English. I often say English is my life. I believe in English, and I made the right decision because everything I have is thanks to English. So I remember when I was in high school, we had some partners like Plan International. You remember? They used to support us. They used to subsidize the English club. They used to support our activities. And we had a lot of activities in the high school. We used to invite authorities to have our sketches, to have our debates, to have our meetings in English, to have a lot of activities inviting people who love English in Luga, and we used to invite them and put them on a hot chair so that they share their experience with us. So I had this experience. And for 3 years, I was the chairman of the English club of Marisal High School. And when I came here also, I was not very, I was very busy guy because I was a member of the social committee, but I was attending the activities of the English club. And we used to have trainings with English Club of Dhaka. I don't know if you have the same today, but we used to have a training with the English Club of Chantejo. And this was a good experience also for us. And that's why when I became a teacher some years later, after my studies here, and I became a teacher, I founded an English club in Usu, where I was posted. That was my first position. And there, I had the best English club in Senegal. Why? Because, why I say I had the best English club? Because I had an English club in a place where I found nothing. There was no English club in the department of Usui where I was posted there. And I set up the first English club in Usui. And then we had our activities, our tea debates, our cultural activities. We used to have trainings. I created after different English clubs in all the high schools. And then we had a competition nationwide. First, at the regional level, Usui was the smallest department in the region of the Genshaw. But with my English club and all the teachers of the region, we had about 15 English clubs competing, and I don't remember the topic again, it was peace or something like that. But my English club won at the regional level. And last but not least, I went for the final competition in Dakar. And we had all the 14 regions in Dakar. The competition took place in Mariama Bagore Island. And when we arrived, all the members of my English club, they never traveled to Dakar. It was their first experience with Dakar. But I showed them that they were better than all the English club there. And then what happened? And you know what happened? Black High School cheated.
and we were second. We didn't know. How did they cheat? They put two students in their English club. And my students who were at high school, they couldn't win because they cheated. They took two university students from Dakar and they put them in that club and they won. But unfortunately, we were second. And when we were crossing the bridge of the Gambia Bridge, because before leaving, I wrote to the commission. I said that I think two of them are students, because you can recognize very easily if you are a student at high school. It's different from when you're at the university. You can confirm this, because if you remember, you could be very good students when you were in high school, but the university level is very high. What you are learning here is completely different. It's, as English people say, it's a far cry. I don't know if you know this expression. It's a far cry from what you're learning today. And then I wrote to the commission and I said, I think that they have cheated. And when we were crossing the bridge of the Gambia, they called and now said Uswe has won because they have cheated. And now we are and then they said, yeah, we will send you the trophy. And the commission has decided now you're no longer second, but you're the first English club in Senegal. So to tell you that this is what I have done all my life. Even one of my students was sent to UK because of a competition in writing. And I sent one of my students. He was in Dakar and he was the first student. He got the first prize and he was sent to the UK. I have to talk about the experience. And I often give that anecdote of one of my former students who was traveling. He was at the airport. He was at the airport and there was someone who was nearly missing his flight because he couldn't speak English. And then my student called me and said, teacher, sir, I have someone today because he couldn't fill in the form. He couldn't do anything because he didn't understand English. I helped him and finally he didn't miss his flight. And he was crying, hugging me and crying and saying that I helped him because I helped him travel easily. He nearly missed his flight. And so I think that this was a good experience. And my student that day told me, sir, I think that English is important. And today he's living in the UK and he has finished his PhD and he's working in a big company in the UK. To tell you that if you believe in yourself, and you keep working, you can make it. I know that there are some subjects that sometimes create a lot of problems. I like more translation, but many people here in this university at the English department, they failed because of translation. I don't know if you have the same problem. Many people here failed. Many people, I know many of my colleagues who failed here at the university, at the English department, because of translation, because the requirements are very high. And for me, yes, it's good, but they make it too high sometimes. Imagine, I remember one guest, you have an exam, and they bring you for translation literature, a text that is written by Simon Bolivar. Yeah. You have these ready-made expressions that he is using. How can you propose that to students for an exam? And we have this experience here. Because Mr. Job is someone who loves reading a lot, and we know that translation, it's much easier when they give you a social problem to translate. But when they give you a text that is written by an author who is very complicated, it's so difficult to translate it in English or in French. So to tell you that it's not easy in life, nothing is easy. But if you believe in yourself, you can make it. So there is no obstacle or hindrance to your progress if you believe in yourself. So the advice I can give you, the piece of advice I can give you is to believe in yourself, to keep working, and I'm sure you'll make it. Yes, we can.
Waktu No focus on your
I've
English.
lost my English.
No. No focus on your English.
Are you sure?
You speak English very well. No. Fluently.
No.
Yeah. So thank you, Mr.